32 hours Emirates First Class. After looking at what Emirates First Class offers or does not offer on shorter routes, and after a 14-hour visit to the First Class Lounge in Dubai, we're just about to board our Emirates Airbus A380 in first class for a 14-hour long flight across the Middle East, Europe and the North Atlantic to Toronto. What is on offer that is not available on short routes in first class? What does the menu look like? Are there special drinks and wines? What amenities are there? How's the bed? How long can you take a shower? And are you more beautiful afterwards? Well, one thing is clear, 14 hours have never passed so quickly. So let's fly together Emirates First Class on the A380 from Dubai to Canada. It's lucky draw time again here at Travel Sing Fly. What exactly you can win, you'll find out during this report. This time my report starts early in the morning. I just got through 14 sleepless hours in the Emirates First Class Lounge for my lounge report, and there were real highlights but also quite incredible lows over there. But after a fresh shower, we're going to our Super Jumbo that will fly us to Toronto in 14 hours. Boarding took place in Concourse C, where the waiting rooms can get a bit crowded. If you board from Concourse A, you can enter the plane very elegantly and quietly, directly from both the business and the first class lounges, while in C it can get cramped. But never mind, here's our beautiful Airbus A380 for our long flight, and to be honest, I'm way too busy with this spectacular look that I could care about the crowded boarding gate. It's just so wonderful to go to a plane, like you will never stop that.
Not hot water.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is smoking, I wanted to say. It's just so nice. I mean, I just had a shower actually, but I had such a sleepless night now. I spent 14 hours in the first class lounge, sleepless because there was no bed for me. I mean, they don't even have beds. But also the reclining seats were like sold out or all occupied, all the 6 of them. And I slept not at all. So I'm really happy now. This helps of course, but also adrenaline really helps. So I already got some Arabic coffee, very nice. It's quite thin actually. It's nothing to compare with espresso or something, but it's very nice. It's very aromatic. Smells of cardamom. And it's a really nice energizing drink. And I also got some nice vitalizing juice. That's I think red apple, she said, carrot and ginger, and something else I forgot. But that's exactly what I need right now. Oh yes, and with the Arabic coffee they have dates. And at the moment they're packed, of course, because of the COVID situation, but they have plain dates and then filled with orange peel or with almonds. I just had experienced great moments in the first class lounge when it comes to wines. They do offer 4 types of champagne, but the real highlight is the spectacular selection of world-class wines that are not written on a menu. Take a look at the lounge report. The lounge is really worth a visit from a culinary point of view.
Cabin crew prepare for departure.
So let's start with a tour of the seat. You see already, beauty is everything. Mirror, mirror at the wall. Beauty and vanity don't stop being fundamental in the skies. There's a vanity mirror and then cosmetic products here by Byredo. Then I'll close the mirror right away so you can see the big beautiful screen with the outside cameras. There's an outside camera looking downwards, one ahead and like here overlooking the whole plane. Then there's a very nice table lamp over here, one of 4 lamps in this suite, all of which can be operated from the seat and adjusted to different levels. Then there's a fresh orchid and another lamp on the wall, and then we have a drawer in the front console with writing utensils, a pen and a notebook which you can take with you. And then we have a power outlet here and a USB port. The bar. So that's the bar. It's not chilled, so but you can ask for ice cubes, of course. Anyway, they're gonna serve you anything you want at any time anyway. And this could use some oil. Then there's this big table. It can be extended like this at the push of a button, and it's beautiful and large and really sturdy. But it cannot be moved further forward or to the side, so once the food is there, it's there and you cannot get out during the service. And then, like in business class, there's also a tablet, and from the tablet you can select from the huge TV program. You can open and close the window blinds, you can call the flight attendants, you can adjust the lights, you can open and close the door, move the chair in all directions, and so on. And then there's some storage space over here. I've already put my film equipment in there, like my camera and so on. And there's still space over here that is meant as storage for the mattress and the blanket for later. And here at the corners there's also small mirrors that make the suite look even bigger, so no dark corners here. And then there's a small compartment in the armrest where you'll also have more buttons to operate the chair and to open and close the door. And on the other side there's a remote control for the TV embedded in the armrest in addition to the tablet. And then there's an air vent. And up there is an adjustable reading light with different levels and another air vent next to it. Thanks to the high walls and the double door that can be closed at the push of a button, the first class suite actually offers a lot of space and above all, privacy. For me, the most important thing is legroom, and there's plenty of that here too. More about that later when we go to bed. Well, the tablet you can also take out like this, very easy, and you can just navigate through your tablet like this. Well, if you want to have some tablet feelings, that's the way how to do it. The headsets here at Emirates First Class are made by Bowers & Wilkins, so that's a really high quality, and you can see they're also noise cancelling. I think you can see that by these 3 spikes, because every time I had only 2 spikes, the headsets were not noise cancelling. But here they are, and also in business class they are, just by another company. And it makes quite a big difference. You really hear just the music and no noises around. And you see we also got a little basket over here. How nice it looks, look. Nice metal. Now let's have a look what is in there. So there's hand-cooked potato chips, honey barbecue. Then there's here roasted nuts and dried fruits. There's popcorn with sea salt and black pepper. Then there's a chocolate bar. And there's some mints. And there's licorice. And actually quite fancy one. See, bronze color. Quite nice. And some hydration tablets. So that's the basket. It's empty. Very nice. You're not allowed to take it with you. After takeoff, the service began with canapés. Instead of champagne, I ordered some more of that freshly squeezed juice. But don't worry, we'll get to the alcohol in all its forms later. And now to a highlight on business and first class flights, the Amenity Kit. The Emirates First Class Amenity Kit is a pretty large and beautiful leather pouch with Bulgari branding, and it's really well stocked too. Then let's take a look at the version for men, because there's also a version for ladies. It starts with a deodorant spray, then there's a comb, tissues, a shaving kit, toothbrush and toothpaste, and the toothbrush is really good and durable. Then there's a bottle of shaving cream, and then there's this pouch within a pouch. Inside there's products from Bulgari, namely a refreshing towel, moisturizer, lip cream, aftershave balm, and a bottle of eau de toilette. But now an important note, because there's often some disappointments here. On many flights, Emirates does not offer amenity kits at all. Not in business class and also not in first class. They just don't say that on their website. You don't get an amenity kit on short-haul flights and also not on medium-haul day flights, for example to Europe during the day, which is a bit of a shame. But there's a little trick to get it anyway, at least in first class on the A380. Look. And then you get an amenity kit, and actually on this flight you don't get an amenity kit, but when you go here in the shower you get an amenity kit, so that's really nice to know. On the Boeing 777 unfortunately you get nothing in this case. But let's continue with happy things. There's a bag waiting for us in the suite since we got in, with gifts that need to be unpacked. The bag contains incredibly soft slippers and a pair of very large pajamas that are said to keep your skin moist. Pajamas and bags are not given out on short-haul routes though. On medium-haul routes, on the other hand, they are given out even during the day. I still don't quite understand the logic of that pajamas and amenity kits policy. I think a leading airline should have all those advertised things available in the expensive first class, at least on request. Our 14-hour flight departed at 8 AM, while with a 9-hour time difference, it was still 11 PM at our destination Toronto. For this reason, the night at the destination was simulated on board after the first service. A good moment to slip into our pajamas, and that with plenty of space in the shower spa. Of course, we're also gonna take a shower there later. In our PJs, we're going back to the seat, which in the meantime has been converted into a bed by a flight attendant. Well, lying down here is of course really nice. I mean, the bed is very wide, and lying here is so private. The door closes and you're just in your own cocoon, and also the door is quite high, so somebody really has to be on the tips of his toes or her toes to really look into this suite. And yeah, with all these walls, left is the plain wall, on the right side is the high door. It's really very nice, very private, and you don't hear anybody. I mean, you hear little noise sometimes, but other than that, you don't really realize that there's other people on board, and also here in this first class cabin. That's really, really very nice. And they also provide real mattresses here for the seat. They put a real mattress on there, and then they put a real nice blanket, a thick blanket. I got 2 pillows and it was really comfy sleep. And that way nothing really stands in the way of a good night's sleep on board. Even I, who can never really sleep on a plane, got at least 3 hours of deep rest. But not longer, because I want to present the flight to you in its entirety, of course. Just one thing I have to say. Of course, I really am very happy to sit on this seat on Emirates First Class, but to be honest, the seat is hanging through a little at the feet. I mean, at the lower legs. It's not really lie flat anymore, but it's really hanging a little. I mean, yeah, I think it has to do with the fact that everybody wants to sit on seat number 1A, and for that reason it's being used all the time. And well, this plane is 5 years old, and so is the seat, I guess, but I think it should be adjusted sometime. I don't think it's intended to not be completely lie flat. Well, I can live with it, of course, but I mean, this flight is so expensive, really expensive, even with points. Now, how did I pay for this ticket? I've been a customer with Emirates for many years, actually 20 years, more than 20 years, but especially in the last 10 years, I would say. I had many flights to South Africa, to Thailand, a lot to Dubai, and mostly in economy class. That's where I collected most of the miles. I was always looking out for promotions when they had like a doubling or even tripling of the miles, of award miles that you can collect. So I was always having a look out for that, and I really collected a lot of miles in that time. Now, this flight is quite expensive even with miles, because it's 150,000 miles. When you do it as I did, I started out of Cairo via Dubai. I'm going to Toronto now. So that's Cairo, Dubai, Toronto is 150,000 miles and about 270, I think, euros in taxes and fees. That's really a lot, I know that. And well, most of the miles were from my flights before, and then for the rest, the remaining couple miles I added from my American Express Platinum card, and that made up the 150,000 miles. Well, if you buy this flight cash, it's really pretty expensive. I looked at the time when I booked this flight, you had to pay only for the leg from Dubai to Toronto a little more than 11,000 euros. So that would be, I think, $12,000 or $13,000 one way. That's a lot of money. Sometimes it's cheaper to actually start in Cairo, as I did. It's not cheaper with miles, it's much more in miles, but it's cheaper if you want to pay it in cash. Sometimes it can even be half the price if you start out of Cairo instead of Dubai. Yeah, that's how it is. Anyway, I did it with miles, and I don't regret it. Now we're finally coming to a main aspect of a first-class flight experience in general, except for the bed, and that's food and drinks on board. Now it's getting exciting and rich in calories. If you like my flight and travel reports, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it right now with the bell notification. It costs you just one click. I'm really happy, and you're making a big difference for the future of this channel. Well, I hope that my equipment now won't fail me too much. I was so unlucky. On the first day of my pretty gigantic trip within 15 days, which is leading me over 9 time zones, 5 different countries, and I think 6 different airlines, and a lot of reports, and of course also the Expo Dubai. 4 days I was walking there, more than 30 hours altogether, walking. Anyway, on the first day of this big tour that I only do for this channel now, not for my vacation, I just want to present as much as possible now. On the first day, my microphone stopped to work, and I could not connect my good microphone to my good camera anymore, so that was pretty tough. I had to improvise. Now I have a kind of a cheap lavalier microphone attached to my phone, and the phone also fell down. So now we have a little, well, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, according to the mood. Anyway, we're starting now. Let's have a look at all the nice food you can get here at Emirates First Class.
2008 Dom Perignon.
Yes.
Only the best for you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bon appetit.
So here we're starting with the Caviar Service. So that's caviar and some blinis, sour cream, lemon, chives, egg white and egg yolk. And we have a spoon made of mother of pearl. And we have Dom Perignon champagne of 2008. I think that's okay. Well, the Caviar Service is of course like a memory of good old times when almost nobody could afford to travel, no matter where. And here we still have the caviar, but here the caviar is not very much. This is a very, very thin tin. Maybe you've seen my report about Lufthansa First Class, and there it was quite interesting because they had a whole bowl, a glass bowl with caviar, and they just spooned the caviar onto your plate, and if you wanted to have more, you got more. You just got another serving of caviar. So that was quite impressive. However, the rest of food on that flight was not so impressive. The service was really nice, but the food there wasn't fantastic. You can see that. Have a look at my video about Lufthansa First Class. So let's have the caviar, and I'm starting here with sour cream. If I do it completely wrong, you can give me the biggest shitstorm if you like. As a matter of fact, I really don't eat caviar every day. So I try my best. I have the sour cream, and I put the caviar on it with my mother of pearl spoon, and I'm putting some of the egg white on it. So here we go, and then some of the egg yolk. Oh, and it goes all down to the plate, of course, and then I just sprinkle a bit of chives over it. So, and here's the blini with caviar. Well, in the end it tastes really nice. Really good actually, but it's just, the price is just beyond the taste. It doesn't reflect the taste, but it tastes really nice. After caviar service and a really good carrot ginger soup, we're having some giant prawns, king prawns, and I just had to try them because I just had a fantastic experience with them at the lounge, at the First Class Lounge in Dubai. They were the best king prawns I've ever had in my life. They were crispy and crunchy and super, super fresh, an ideal king prawn, so to speak. Well, have a look on my channel. Maybe the report about the Emirates First Class Lounge is already out. It's really worth watching. Well, and with this beautiful giant prawn, I'm having a very nice white wine, and that's Cordon Chalman Grand Cru Louis Latour from 2011. So that's a Burgundy wine from Bourgogne, and I mean the bouquet is already wonderful, and the taste as well. It's a wonderful taste. And if you haven't seen yet my lounge report about the First Class Lounge of Emirates in Dubai, maybe it's out already when you're seeing this video. When you go there, you have a very good chance to see a couple of really, really nice and really valuable bottles of wine. I happen to see today a bottle that's actually on sale or for sale on the market for around $750. And I had a glass of wine from that bottle. It was just amazing. I had it with dinner. And in Emirates First Class Lounges, you can happen to see bottles like that quite regularly. And also on my flight from Cairo to Dubai in first class, it's a short flight of only 3 hours, they didn't have caviar. And they didn't have, for example, a nice big Amenity Kit or something, but they did have a red wine on board that's also for sale in shops at around $500, and that you get on a first class flight from Cairo to Dubai, where you would never expect that. So that's a much more expensive wine than, for example, the Dom Perignon champagne or an Amenity Kit. That's really quite impressive. Next we're having carpaccio as an appetizer, and with it I'm having a really stunning wine with a very nice color and a pretty amazing taste and bouquet, and that's the Chateau Suduro from 2016, so that's from Bordeaux, a Sauterne wine, and really pretty amazing. And I mean, I don't need to read the description to tell you that this smells of honey and of plums and all this really wonderful wine. But I thought I would just eat now the carpaccio, but it's so incredibly good, I have to say it. Actually, it's a roasted beef carpaccio with thyme and really fresh thyme, and then we have Persian feta, fresh fig, and tomato relish. And the tomato relish is just incredibly good. It's so tasty, so flavorful, just fantastic. Actually, I should already get the main course, but then I saw there's also a poke bowl. And I thought I should really try that. Actually, for you, more or less. So I'm gaining now pounds because of you. Yes, yes. No, this is a beef poke bowl with bresaola and lentil rice, edamame, shiitake mushrooms, carrots, cherry tomatoes, and potato salad. And with it comes a nice soy sauce dressing. Here it is. So, poke bowl before the main course. While our belly is growing just from watching, let's take a look at the rest of the upper deck. Behind first class is the huge business class cabin. Here too the night is simulated, but behind it is the onboard bar, and it never gets completely quiet here. Among other things, you can have one of the 12 different cocktails on offer or 5 different mocktails freshly mixed here. But of course, everything is also brought to your seat. Outside COVID peaks, you can have nice small talks here with the crews or with other passengers. In addition to drinks, wines, champagne and spirits, there's also small snacks and even a whole cake on offer for business and first class passengers. But with the amount of food and alcohol in my first class suite, I just had a mocktail this time. So, as a main course I ordered tenderloin steak, and with it I got some vegetables and a sauce that I could pour myself if I liked. She also offered to do it. Anyway, with it I got 2 red wines, and one is this one, a rather medium-bodied but really nice wine. It's a Clos du Marquis from Saint-Julien in France. Very nice, dark fruit, I would say, the side tastes. And then this is a Brunello di Montalcino, clearly heavy. I just tried it a tiny bit, as the smell it a little, and a very nice, I would say tobacco smell, even really very, very nice. So that's my main course. Delicious never has to be expensive anyway, not even in first class. This little bun here is the proof. Garlic bread, still warm in the bread basket. And before our actual dessert, we're gonna have some fruit. We have dragon fruit, strawberry, cantaloupe, watermelon and mango, and with it some Sauterne dessert wine. Look at the beautiful, typical honey color. And thank you, France, for making this. And as a dessert, we're having a sticky date pudding with mascarpone cream and coffee caramel sauce, and with it this amazing, beautiful port wine, a 40-year-old port wine from Sandoval. And here we see Emirates' most exclusive drink poured really generously. Well, actually I would say I could not even think about eating or drinking anymore because I'm so full, and I also had enough alcohol, to be honest. But here at Emirates First Class there's something really special on offer, and that's a Hennessy Paradis, an extremely exclusive cognac made of more than 100 different spirits, or eau de vies actually. And with it I'm gonna have a selection of cheeses. They're also quite stunning, but of course a little more affordable than this over here, because even the glass is already quite valuable, to be honest. So, and here my first glass of Hennessy Paradis, a really sensational cognac. I mean, the bouquet is already really wonderful, it smells so good. What comes up now after like 5 or 10 seconds has nothing to do with the cognac itself anymore. It's got so many different aromas. It's just really, really amazing. I'm really taken aback. Wow. Thank you, Emirates.
Mach auf, doch leise, mein Kind, keinen vom Schlummer zu wecken.
So, 3 hours to go until Toronto, and now it's time for a shower. And Emirates has 2 showers here at the first class on the Airbus A380, and well, I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, that's very clear, no need to say that. 5 minutes is the time for the water. You can stop the water, then soap yourself and rinse yourself again with the rest of the remaining minutes. And well, I would say it's really good to do that in the end of the whole trip, because then you just leave the plane refreshed and really fit for the day, so to speak. Anyway, I want to thank you really very much for watching all this, for watching my report. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. Without you, I wouldn't be here.
Flieg leicht hinaus in die Mondscheinnacht, zu mir in den Garten zu schlüpfen.
Well, of course there's also lots of shower gels and shampoo, so you can put that over here. And if you're feeling bored, you can just sit here. Isn't that fantastic? That's so nice. Oh, that's so beautiful. I cannot believe it.
Und die Rose, wenn sie am Morgen erwacht, hochgrün, hochgrün, von den Wonneschauern der Nacht.
And after the shower you can have some tea. Now that's really nice. You can win something again here at Travel Sing Fly. This time I'm giving away 1 CD each of my album Songs of the Night to an existing and to a new subscriber of this still new additional English edition of my YouTube channel, and also to 2 new followers of my Instagram account Travel Sing Fly. And I'm giving away 1 notebook each that's available exclusively on board Emirates First Class to a new subscriber of this English edition and a new subscriber of my original German bilingual channel of Travel Sing Fly. But even if you don't win, it's really worth subscribing to the channel right now. Some very exciting reports are coming up now about airlines worldwide in business class, economy class, and also a very exclusive first class. Plus hotel reviews and reports from travel destinations worldwide, of course. So click the subscribe button right now with the little bell next to it. And good luck in the lucky draw. After the fabulous shower and the lovely tea afterwards, our 14-hour flight from Dubai to Toronto is soon coming to an end. and it was first of all very high in calories. But here every calorie was really worthwhile. And overall it was an impressive flight experience. No airline in the world offers both a bar lounge and showers on board. On top of that, Emirates' entertainment program ICE has been voted best worldwide for the 14th consecutive year, and it's really amazing. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch TV this time, but that's mainly because I was busy with filming, and that in 2 languages. The whole flight was really a great experience though, with almost no flaws. The only irritating thing in the premium classes of Emirates in general is that it's never really clear when you'll get an Amenity Kit and when not, in both business and first class, which both really are not a cheap way to fly. Even on a 6-hour flight you might have to bring your own little bag. That's a disappointment, especially since the airline advertises their luxurious Bulgari kits so heavily. Well, if you enjoyed my review and this series about the 32 hours experience on Emirates First Class, please let me know in the comments. Give me your thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Lots of great content is coming up here all the time, because there's always stories to tell. See you again very soon here at Travel, Sing, Fly.